In the world of music history, two names shine brightest: Michael Jackson and the Beatles. They've shaped generations and defined eras with their incredible music. But who's the ultimate global superstar? Is it Michael Jackson with his record-breaking album Thriller, or the Beatles with their groundbreaking influence on culture? Let's dive into their amazing accomplishments, see how they've left a lasting mark, and figure out who really rules as the world's favorite music icon. Get ready for a journey through the greatest moments and legends in music. Michael Jackson, often referred to as the King of Pop, was born on August 29, 1958 in Gary, Indiana. He began his music career at a young age as a member of the Jackson 5, a Motown group composed of Michael and his four older brothers. Michael's early exposure to the music industry laid the foundation for his extraordinary solo career. His debut solo album, Got to Be There, released in 1972, marked the beginning of his journey to superstardom. Jackson's unique style blended pop, rock, R&B, and funk, creating a sound that was both innovative and universally appealing. His contributions to music videos, such as the groundbreaking Thriller, redefined the medium and showcased his incredible talent as a performer and storyteller. Michael's influence extended beyond music, impacting fashion, dance, and global pop culture. His iconic moonwalk and signature outfits became cultural phenomena, solidifying his status as a global icon. The Beatles, composed of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, originated in Liverpool, England in 1960. The band's rise to fame began with their debut single, Love Me Do, in 1962. Known as the Fab Four, the Beatles revolutionized the music industry with their innovative sound and charismatic presence. Their music transcended traditional rock and roll, incorporating elements of pop, psychedelia, and even classical music. The Beatles' influence on popular culture was profound. They not only changed the landscape of music, but also had a significant impact on fashion, film, and social attitudes. Their arrival in the United States in 1964, known as the British Invasion, marked a pivotal moment in music history. Albums like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Abbey Road showcased their artistic evolution and cemented their legacy as one of the greatest bands of all time. Both Michael Jackson and the Beatles shaped and influenced popular culture on a global scale. Michael Jackson's influence can be seen in the work of countless artists who followed him. His innovative music videos, such as Billie Jean and Bad, set new standards for visual storytelling in music. His humanitarian efforts and messages of unity and love resonated with millions, making him a beloved figure worldwide. The Beatles, on the other hand, were pioneers in the music industry, setting trends that would influence generations of musicians. Their experimentation with different musical styles and recording techniques pushed the boundaries of what was possible in popular music. Their cultural impact was also evident in the Beatlemania phenomenon, where their popularity reached unprecedented heights, leading to a lasting legacy that continues to inspire new generations. Both Michael Jackson and the Beatles achieved exceptional commercial success, setting records in album sales, chart-topping singles, and global concert tours. Michael Jackson's career is marked by a series of record-breaking milestones. His 1982 album, Thriller, is the best-selling album of all time, with 120 million copies sold worldwide. This massive success not only broke existing records, but also set a new standard for commercial achievement in the music industry. Thriller produced 7 top 10 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, a feat that remains unmatched. Michael Jackson achieved 13 #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in the United States as a solo artist, including iconic songs such as Billie Jean, Beat It, and Black or White. In addition to Thriller, Michael Jackson's other albums also achieved significant commercial success. Off the Wall, released in 1979, sold over 20 million copies worldwide and established Jackson as a solo superstar. Bad, released in 1987, sold over 45 million copies and produced 5 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, setting a record that still stands. Dangerous, released in 1991, sold over 40 million copies globally and solidified Jackson's status as a dominant force in the music industry. Michael Jackson have sold over 1 billion records worldwide. Jackson's global concert tours, such as the Bad World Tour and the Dangerous World Tour, were also record-breaking. These tours drew millions of fans across the world, setting attendance records and grossing hundreds of millions of dollars. His ability to sell out stadiums and arenas worldwide highlighted his immense popularity and the global reach of his music. The Beatles' commercial success is equally impressive. They hold the record for the most #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, with 20 chart-topping singles. Their albums consistently topped charts around the world, with Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Abbey Road being among their best-selling records. The Beatles' impact on the music industry is also evident in their unparalleled success in album sales. They have sold over 600 million albums worldwide, making them one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Their concert tours, including the historic performance at Shea Stadium in 1965, set new attendance records and established the band as a live performance powerhouse. When comparing the sales figures of Michael Jackson's Thriller and the Beatles' best-selling albums, it's clear that Thriller stands out as a huge achievement. With over 120 million copies sold worldwide, Thriller holds the title of the best-selling album of all time. This remarkable feat not only surpassed previous records, but also established Michael Jackson's place in music history as a commercial powerhouse. In contrast, the Beatles' best-selling album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, has sold over 32 million copies worldwide. While this is an impressive figure, it highlights the extraordinary success of Thriller in comparison. Michael Jackson's ability to break the Beatles' records and set new benchmarks in album sales underscores his supreme commercial success and global appeal. Both Michael Jackson and the Beatles had profound impacts on social movements and cultural trends during their respective eras. Michael Jackson's music not only entertained but also carried powerful messages that resonated with global audiences. Songs like Man in the Mirror and Heal the World address social issues such as poverty, racial inequality, and environmental conservation. Jackson's ability to use his platform to stand up for change and inspire action made him a significant figure in social movements. In addition, Michael Jackson's music videos, such as Black or White, broke barriers by promoting racial harmony and unity. His 1988 song, Man in the Mirror, became an anthem for personal and social transformation, reflecting the cultural shifts towards greater awareness and activism in the late 20th century. The Beatles' music also reflected and influenced the cultural and social landscape of the 1960s. Their songs, such as Revolution and All You Need Is Love, became anthems for the counterculture movement and the anti-war protests of the time. The Beatles' embrace of peace, love, and experimentation mirrored the societal shifts and the youth-driven cultural revolution of the 1960s. Their role in the British invasion and their popularity helped to bridge cultural divides and promote a more connected and open world. The Beatles' influence on the 1960s counterculture was profound, as they embodied the spirit of the era and became symbols of change and rebellion against the status quo. Both Michael Jackson and the Beatles transcended music, leaving indelible marks on fashion, art, and entertainment. Michael Jackson's influence on fashion was revolutionary. His signature style, including the single white glove, fedora hat, and military-inspired jackets, became iconic and widely imitated. Jackson's bold fashion choices set trends and influenced designers worldwide. His ability to blend theatricality with music made his live performances and music videos groundbreaking works of art. In the field of entertainment, Jackson's music videos, particularly Thriller, Billie Jean, and Smooth Criminal, transformed the medium into an art form. His innovative choreography and storytelling elevated the music video genre, setting new standards for production and creativity. Jackson's influence extended into dance as well, with his moonwalk and other signature moves becoming legendary. The Beatles also had a significant impact on fashion and art. Their evolution from matching suits to more individualistic and eclectic styles influenced the fashion of the 1960s and 1970s. The Beatles' embrace of psychedelic art and their innovative album covers, such as the iconic Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, left a lasting mark on visual culture. In entertainment, the Beatles' ventures into film, such as A Hard Day's Night and Yellow Submarine, showcased their creativity and broadened their influence. They pushed the boundaries of what a music group could achieve, paving the way for future artists to explore multimedia projects and cross-genre collaborations. Michael Jackson's awards and achievements are truly outstanding. He holds an impressive 39 Guinness World Records, including being recognized as the most successful entertainer of all time. Jackson's career has a total of 834 awards, making him the most awarded musical artist ever. His awards include 13 Grammy Awards, with a record-setting 8 wins in a single night in 1984, and multiple Billboard records for his chart-topping hits. His groundbreaking music videos for Thriller and Bad earned numerous MTV Video Music Awards, and he was honored with the American Music Awards Artist of the Decade, Artist of the Generation, Artist of the Century in 2002. He's a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, becoming one of only a few artists to be inducted twice. He was inducted in 1997 as a member of the Jackson 5 and again as a solo artist in 2001. In comparison, the Beatles also have a notable list of awards, including 7 Grammy Awards and their induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988. They have several #1 hits and albums on the Billboard charts and have received multiple Ivor Novello Awards for songwriting. However, Michael Jackson's unique collection of awards and records highlights his extraordinary impact and success in the music industry. Michael Jackson's career was marked by several high-profile controversies and challenges that affected his public image and career. One of the most significant controversies involved allegations of child sexual abuse. In 1993, Jackson was accused of molesting a 13-year-old boy, which led to an investigation and an after-settlement out of court. The allegations came back in 2003 when Jackson was charged with several counts of child molestation. He was acquitted of all charges in a highly publicized 2005 trial, but the damage to his reputation was notable. Jackson also faced scrutiny over his changing physical appearance, including his lighter skin tone and multiple plastic surgeries. While Jackson said to be his skin color changed to vitiligo, a condition that causes depigmentation, the public and media speculated all over about his surgeries and appearance. Despite these controversies, Jackson continued to release successful music and maintain a dedicated fan base. However, the constant media attention and legal battles took a toll on his personal life and health. Jackson's struggles with prescription drug addiction became public knowledge after his death in 2009 from acute propofol and benzodiazepine intoxication. The controversies and challenges Jackson faced undeniably affected his public image. While he remained an immensely popular and influential figure, these issues cast a shadow over his legacy. Nevertheless, his contributions to music, dance, and popular culture remain unmatched, and his influence continues to be felt worldwide. The Beatles also faced their share of controversies and challenges during their career. One of the most notable controversies involved John Lennon's 1966 remark that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus. This comment sparked outrage, particularly in the United States, leading to protests and the burning of Beatles records. The backlash was significant, but the band managed to handle the difficulties. Another major controversy was the band's association with drugs. Members of the Beatles, especially John Lennon and Paul McCartney, were open about their use of marijuana and LSD. Their experimentation with drugs influenced their music and image, leading to both acclaim and criticism. The band's connection to the counterculture movement and their publicized drug use led to scrutiny from authorities and the media. The Beatles also faced internal challenges, particularly towards the end of their career. The band's dynamic changed as they began to pursue individual interests, leading to creative differences and tension. The presence of Yoko Ono, John Lennon's partner, during recording sessions added to the strain within the group. These internal conflicts eventually led to the band's breakup in 1970. Despite these controversies and challenges, the Beatles' public image remained largely positive. Their musical innovation and cultural impact overshadowed the negative aspects, allowing them to maintain their status as one of the most beloved and influential bands in history. While both Michael Jackson and the Beatles faced significant controversies and challenges, the effects on their careers differed. The controversies surrounding Michael Jackson had a more profound impact on his career and public image. The allegations and legal battles overshadowed his later musical achievements, and his struggles with addiction and health issues were widely publicized. However, Jackson's enduring legacy as a musical genius and cultural icon continues to be celebrated, and his influence on music and entertainment remains unmatched. The Beatles managed to navigate their controversies with relatively less damage to their public image. Their breakup was a significant event, but it did not tarnish their legacy. Each member went on to have successful solo careers, further cementing their influence and legacy in the music world. The Beatles' ability to overcome their challenges and maintain their status as cultural icons highlights their resilience and enduring appeal. Both Michael Jackson and the Beatles have left an indelible mark on the music industry and beyond, shaping the course of popular music and culture. Michael Jackson's legacy in the music industry is profound and multifaceted. His innovative approach to music videos, including groundbreaking works like Thriller, Billie Jean, and Bad, set new standards for visual storytelling and choreography. Jackson's influence is evident in the music video industry, where his work paved the way for future artists to experiment with complex narratives and high production values. Jackson's impact extends beyond music to fashion, dance, and humanitarian efforts. His signature dance moves like the moonwalk and his distinctive fashion choices have become iconic elements of pop culture. Additionally, his philanthropic efforts and messages of unity and social change continue to inspire charitable work and activism. The Beatles' legacy is equally monumental. Their contributions to music and culture have been widely recognized and celebrated. They revolutionized the music industry with their innovative recording techniques, songwriting, and album-oriented approach. Albums like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and The White Album are often cited as some of the greatest achievements in music history. The Beatles' influence extends beyond music to fashion, film, and cultural norms. Their experimentation with different musical genres and their embrace of new artistic forms set a precedent for future artists. The band's cultural impact was so significant that their music and style continue to influence fashion, art, and entertainment. Both Michael Jackson and the Beatles continue to resonate with new generations of listeners, despite the passage of time. Michael Jackson's music remains popular across generations. Hits like Thriller, Billie Jean, and Beat It are still celebrated for their groundbreaking production and timeless appeal. His influence can be seen in the work of contemporary artists who draw inspiration from his music, dance, and style. Jackson's ability to connect with audiences through his music and performances ensures that his legacy endures for new generations. His influence is also evident in the way his music is used in various media, from movies to commercials. Jackson's songs continue to be featured prominently in popular culture, maintaining their relevance and impact. The Beatles' music has a timeless quality that continues to attract new listeners. Their songs such as Hey Jude, Let It Be, and Yesterday remain popular across different age groups. The band's innovative approach to music and their ability to capture the spirit of their time have ensured that their music remains relevant. The Beatles' influence is also evident in the way their music is studied and celebrated in educational settings and cultural institutions. Their albums are frequently reissued, and their impact on music and culture is often explored in documentaries and retrospectives. The influence of Michael Jackson and the Beatles on subsequent artists and musical trends is profound and far-reaching. Michael Jackson's influence on subsequent artists is significant. His pioneering work in music videos, dance, and pop music set new standards for future artists. Many contemporary pop stars, such as Beyoncé, Chris Brown, and Usher, have mentioned Jackson as a major influence on their work. His approach to blending genres and pushing the boundaries of music and performance has inspired a new generation of artists to innovate and experiment. The Beatles' influence on musical trends and artists is immense. Their experimentation with different genres and recording techniques has inspired countless musicians. The band's approach to album-oriented rock and their willingness to explore new sounds and concepts have set a benchmark for artistic creativity. Artists ranging from David Bowie to Radiohead have acknowledged the impact of the Beatles on their music. The Beatles' legacy can also be seen in the way they influenced the development of popular music and culture. Their innovative use of studio techniques and their ability to evolve musically have had a lasting impact on how music is created and appreciated. While both Michael Jackson and the Beatles have made indelible contributions to music and culture, Michael Jackson's influence on contemporary pop music, his pioneering work in music videos, and his impact on fashion and dance highlight his amazing legacy. His ability to connect with audiences across generations and his lasting impact on the music industry solidify his position as a dominant force in the comparison of these two iconic figures. Michael Jackson had a huge fan base with over 4.8 billion fans around the world. This amazing number shows just how far his influence stretched. His concerts and public appearances were huge events, drawing big crowds and exciting people everywhere. His impact was clear during his tours, like the Bad World Tour, the Dangerous World Tour, and History World Tour, which set records for attendance and earnings. These concerts weren't just about music, they celebrated his global reach. In places like India, Japan, Africa, Russia, Spain, and Australia, Michael Jackson was a well-known name, and his music had a big impact on local culture and dance. Jackson's global fame was so great that even people in remote villages in South Africa knew who he was. This shows how popular he was, reaching places where the Beatles didn't. His ability to cross cultural boundaries and become a symbol of freedom and expression in places with limited access to Western music made him a true global icon. When comparing Michael Jackson and the Beatles, it's clear that Jackson's global impact is much larger. Michael Jackson's global impact is unmatched. His music and image reached every part of the world, making him the most recognized and celebrated artist globally. Jackson's appeal went beyond regional and cultural limits, turning him into a pop culture symbol and a beacon of musical freedom. Selling over 120 million copies of his album, Thriller, is a record that highlights his extraordinary commercial success and worldwide influence. Michael Jackson's fame was so widespread that even in places where Western music was limited, his impact was strong. He broke through cultural barriers and became a universal figure, known and admired almost everywhere. The Beatles had a major global presence, especially in America and Britain. Their impact on music and culture in these areas is clear, and their albums sold impressively. However, their influence outside of Western markets wasn't as big as Michael Jackson's. While the Beatles were a huge force in shaping music and popular culture, their global recognition didn't reach as far as Jackson's. In American and European markets, the Beatles are very well known and influential, but on a worldwide scale, Michael Jackson's impact is more noticeable. Jackson's ability to connect with audiences in places where the Beatles had little presence shows his dominance as a global icon. His lasting fame, even 15 years after his death, and his status as the most famous person worldwide, further prove his incredible international reach. Michael Jackson's global fan base and influence are much greater than those of the Beatles. His talent for breaking cultural barriers and gaining widespread recognition worldwide highlights his role as the most dominant figure in popular music. His impact on global pop culture, along with his record-breaking achievements, confirms his status as a global icon with unmatched influence. When we look at Michael Jackson and the Beatles, it's clear that Michael Jackson stands out as the ultimate icon. His global fame, influence, and cultural impact surpass those of the Beatles in several key ways. Michael Jackson's impact is evident in his record-breaking album sales and massive global fan base. His album Thriller, which has sold over 120 million copies, remains the best-selling album of all time. His concerts attracted millions of fans worldwide, showing his immense popularity. In countries across the globe, from India and Japan to Africa and Russia, Jackson's music and style made a significant impact, reaching people far beyond Western markets. Jackson's influence extends beyond music. He revolutionized the music video industry with groundbreaking visuals and choreography. His unique fashion and dance moves became iconic and set new standards for artists everywhere. Moreover, his work in promoting social change and his status as a symbol of freedom in various countries further emphasize his global significance. While the Beatles made significant contributions to music and culture, their influence was more popular in Western countries. Michael Jackson, on the other hand, achieved extraordinary recognition and admiration worldwide. His ability to connect with audiences across different cultures and generations solidifies his position as a timeless and best figure in music history. Michael Jackson's extraordinary global reach, lasting influence, and cultural impact make him the ultimate icon in the comparison. His legacy continues to resonate strongly with fans around the world, securing his place as the most iconic figure in music history. Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 together sold more records than the Beatles. No single Beatle could have matched what Michael Jackson achieved on his own. Over time, it's clear that Jackson's success is unmatched. The Beatles' music didn't break racial barriers and is mostly popular in the US and Europe. Michael Jackson's music is known all over the world. Sometimes it's hard for people to accept that a black artist can be so successful, and sadly, racism is still a problem. Michael Jackson has a better voice and more music talent. He could sing many styles like gospel, rock, and soul. While the Beatles mostly sang rock and weren't known for their singing skills, Paul and John weren't seen as great singers. They often sounded more like they were talking than singing. Michael's ability to sing with deep feeling, like an Earth song, is rare and hard to copy. Besides singing, he was also an amazing dancer, beatboxer, composer, and songwriter. No Beatles was as skilled in so many areas. Michael Jackson is widely seen as the most talented musician ever. Michael Jackson had bigger crowds than the Beatles during his tours. Wherever he went, he attracted huge audiences. He holds the Guinness World Record for the most people attending a concert. This is a fact. Many fans would faint at his shows, and there were often lots of ambulances present. Michael Jackson is the best. On his Bad tour, the final leg had over 130,000 people, and during the Dangerous tour, he had 7 sold-out concerts with more than 507,000 people attending. Michael Jackson is considered the most successful artist of all time. This means his success can be measured. Guinness World Records named him the most successful entertainer ever. The Beatles didn't even make it into the top 10 for this title or other similar polls. Michael Jackson is the most awarded artist ever with over 800 awards. The Beatles can't compare, they have 7 Grammy, while Michael Jackson won 13. He also received the Lifetime Achievement Award at 29, making him the youngest ever to get that honor. The Beatles were mainly liked by white people. There weren't many Black, Latino, Asian, or other ethnicities who said they listened to or liked the Beatles, except for a few Asians. Michael Jackson, on the other hand, was loved by people from every ethnic group all over the world. Michael Jackson left behind a bigger legacy. He is the top-earning deceased person every year, having made over $1 billion since he died. The Beatles can't match that. On Spotify, his album Thriller has over 1 billion streams, and he is still streamed more than the Beatles today. As we wrap up our comparison of Michael Jackson and the Beatles, it's clear that Michael Jackson takes the lead as the biggest and more popular global icon. Michael Jackson stands out for his supreme global reach and influence. His album Thriller remains the best-selling album of all time, and his concerts drew remarkable crowds worldwide. Jackson's impact extends beyond music, influencing fashion, dance, and popular culture in ways that resonate across generations and continents. His ability to connect with audiences everywhere, from China to Russia, Africa to France, cements his status as a global phenomenon. The Beatles, while incredibly influential and iconic, particularly in Western markets, did not achieve the same level of global recognition. Their contributions to music and culture are immense, but their reach was more limited outside of the US and UK compared to Jackson's. In conclusion, when we consider global fame, influence, and cultural impact, Michael Jackson comes out as the ultimate winner. His status as a worldwide icon is unmatched, and his legacy continues to resonate strongly with fans around the globe. Thanks for watching as we compared 2 of music's greatest legends. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and tell us who's your ultimate icon, Michael Jackson or the Beatles. Until next time, remember to let the music that moves you also inspire you to reach for the stars, just as Michael Jackson did. Keep dancing, dreaming, and living life to the fullest.